So now that you've selected your roommate and confirmed your contract, we need to go through the search and swap process. So the first thing you're going to find out is that you have a time slot. You would have been emailed this time slot through your Ball State email address or email account, and it'll be located here on the actual portal itself as well once they are all emailed out. So what you'll do is it's just a date and a time, and there's some important notes to remember. In order to get to this page, you have to have signed a housing contract and chosen a meal plan. Both of you must have done this, so you and your mutually confirmed roommate. If you do not have a roommate, you won't see this. You'll still be able to place yourself in a room, but you will have had to have gotten this done. Okay? If you'd like to make sure that you've done your contract, all you do is click the link right here, and you can check to see if the room is not listed on your contract, it is not reserved. So if you want to go back and check to make sure you got the room that you selected, you can always go back to your contract located right here or right here. Okay? If there are some additional tips and FAQ about completing this information, so if you have additional questions, you may take a look at these, or you can shoot us an email at housing@bsu.edu or call our office at 765-285-8000. So now let's assume you have mutually confirmed a roommate, and let's go and find a room because you don't like where you're living at currently, or you want to move to a new building on campus. So the first thing we're going to do is go over here to search for a new room, and we're going to read this information. So now it's really important to look at a few things up top here. So we have these the way these are laid out. You see, if this is not 801F22, that means you can fit 2 females in that space. So if you have a mutually confirmed roommate, you are looking for a room that has 2/2 available. Okay, those are going to be the only rooms you're going to be able to place yourself in. Now, if you see something like NOTS 803 F1-2, that means there's only one spot available in that room. So in order to get into that room, you would have to be someone without a or a roommate. Okay, so if you see that, you cannot place yourself in there. The male and female, M would be for male, female would be, or F would be for female. Okay, so now you could only have 3 minutes as you reserve a room to make the final reservation in that room. Okay, you're going to need to pull your roommate into those spaces with you. And if you don't find your first choice, you can add yourself to the wait list. But we recommend what you do is you actually go through and find your second choice and wait to see if the wait list opened up. So now let's go through the process of finding a room. Now let's say I want to live in Park Hall. I scroll down here, and it's going to show me the number of rooms available overall within the building. So you got floors 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. Let's go to floor number 1. All I'm going to do is select it and hit save and continue. Okay, so now as I go through, it's going to show me all of the available rooms that are female and have 2 of 2 spaces available right now. So if I wanted to look at the floor plan, I could scan around and see exactly where these rooms are located. So say I like something that's at the front of the building. It looks like I'm going to need to have something in the 140s. So I see a 141 right here, and I can hit the mark here, and it says there's 2 rooms that are empty. It is AC, it's a double room, it's in Park, and I could zoom in to see exactly where this is at. So it looks like it's one of the first rooms as you enter the building. So I can select this and hit save and continue. So now what I'm going to have is I'm going to have to place myself in a bed first. So what I need to do is I need to select myself to the first bed. Okay, so this places you in there. That's why it's labeled my bed, and you must do this part. Now, for your roommate, if you have the earlier time slot, you have the ability to pull your roommate into the room with you because you have mutually confirmed. So I would go in here and I would say, hey, roommate, which is test user 2 in this setup, I'm putting you in Park 141-2. So once I hit reserve beds, it's actually making the booking, creating that here, and it's saying, hey, you've selected the following room. You now have this. And it's telling me if I wanted to view who's living in there, I could do so. So all I need to do after this point is hit save and continue. Now, if I didn't find the room I wanted, I could go through here and add myself to a wait list. So say I wanted to live in Park Hall and there were no rooms available during my time slot. What I would do is I go in here and I would say, hey, I want to live in Park Hall. And then I would give my roommate name here and their PIN number, and I would say I prefer a room. So I'd hit save and continue, and that would add me to a wait list. So you can see all that information right here, and it's all complete. So if I wanted to double check how this is, I'd go to my contract, and I'd be able to see what my room number was, what my room type is, and where my floor is. I'd also be able to see my roommate confirmation. So this is how you check what you are doing here. You can check where your meal plan is down here, and you're good to go. So now let's say you don't like what you selected here, or you saw that a new room is available somewhere else on campus, and you want to go through and find a new room in Kinghorn. So I'd go into the Return Up Sign Up Manager, step number 8 here, and I would click Swap Your Room. So the most important part about this is you have to have a room to get started. You can't swap until you have a room. So let's say I go to Swap Rooms. You can read the differences, okay? That's all going to be here. But let's say I want to go to Kinghorn Hall, okay? I'm going to Kinghorn and I want to go to floor 3. So I'm going to save and continue. Okay? So now I'm looking through here and I go, oh, I really want to be in room 323. So I click it and I hit save and continue. And it's going, wait a second, I thought you wanted a roommate. So I'm putting it in there. Then it won't let me pull my roommate in with me. That's because I only reserved a room with one spot. It's telling me I am not allowed to have this room because there's only one spot. So I need to go back to swap my room. I need to go back and find a room with 2 beds available. So I go in, we're now on floor 3 again, save and continue. And I've chosen 317, save and continue. I'm placing myself in a bed. You're placing your roommate in a bed. You reserve the bed. And now this is done. So now you want to check your contract out again. You simply go up top here and you double check and you see rooms there and roommate selection is done.